It's really about the people.
Julia, do you have any thoughts on that? I see you also smiling, which is always good.
Yeah, I just think, artificial intelligence solutions, they have so much potential. On the one side, of course, to cut our costs and to make our processes more efficient. On the other hand, to make our products better, right? They allow us to have completely new business models ranging from predictive maintenance-based things, financial services offered by logistics service providers, up to better forecasting methods that all help us to develop new products. And of course, also to know better our customers and to maybe have better bundles of services, to have additional services to offer. These are just great developments, and this will definitely pay off. On the other hand, it brings us back to the beginning of our discussion. We will need data, and data have to be in a good quality. And this time we also have to have high quantities of data. And we have to be very careful also with it. When we train our data, we have to carefully select algorithms or to develop new appropriate algorithms. And we have to always check if the algorithm is, and also the application, are still fitting each other. And there are many also ethical aspects that we have to consider when we think of where to apply artificial intelligence solutions.
And Frauke, where do you see the role of artificial intelligence for the digital transformation in logistics specifically?
I'm really keen on that topic because I see the high potential. Just imagine we could forecast disruptions in the supply chain based on weather data, based on strikes. We could foresee or we could forecast because we look at social media data, and then we could maybe predict that there will be a strike in a certain harbor, which will influence our supply chain. Or that the truck today will take longer because it is expected that road, well, there will be ice rain or something like that. I think there is a huge potential to make supply chains more resilient, to help people who finally manage the supply chain to do it better and more reliable because of those data. But, and there is a big but, as Julia mentioned, we need the right data. And until all stakeholders along the supply chain are not willing to share data because they always think they are mine, and I'm the only person who is able to look at those data, we will not have the databases to do good AI. AI needs a huge database and a good database with qualified data. So companies need to think in cross-company processes, looking at partners and sharing data with them. Without that, AI will not work.
And Thomas, what is the role of AI at DHL?
Well, of course, it plays a very important role. And we are having tons of data also with our digitalization journey that we started many years ago. We are now in the position that we have the data structure so that we can actually make sense out of the data. And also in the development of MyDHLi, for example, we are using data, basically advanced analytics and artificial intelligence to improve our products. If you look at the MyDHL report, for example, we had in the past across customers over 30,000 different reports and different structures. And when we developed MyDHL report, we thought about, well, there must be a more easy way. Yeah? Why do we need to have it so complex? And then we used artificial intelligence and advanced analytics to actually understand what the structures of these 30,000 reports are. And we came out with 5 standard reports that basically covered really kind of 95% of all the reports. And so we took these 5 standard reports, made them as templates available for our customers in the new MyDHL report. And chatbots, all these kind of technologies, right? Where we have natural language processing in place, where we can understand what's the behavior of the customer and can provide services that make it even easier to interact with my DHLI. These are the things that we are applying. But not only that, if you look at, for example, the whole prediction of estimated transit times, or estimated time of arrivals. Yeah, we have so much data that we are working on services that will actually allow us to predict in a more precise way than the actual service provider that we use by air, by ocean, by trucking, to predict even better when the actual shipment is going to arrive, because we have the holistic view across all the customer, across all shipments, and that is something where all our customers will eventually benefit from.
I see we just have a few more minutes left to our talk. So before we wrap up, there is one last question that I would like to put to all of you. And that is, when we are thinking about the customer experience, what would be the most important advice that you would give logistics providers who are now in the process of implementing digital transformation strategies? So what would be the advice you would give them? What is the most important thing that they should think about, they should focus on, and the most important thing that they should do? Frauke is nodding, so I'll start with you.
Well, my advice would be, do not develop any innovation in an ivory tower. Talk to your customer, listen carefully. What is the real problem which should be solved? And after listen to the customer, and when you develop the solution, do it together with the customer and always ask in between, is it what you expect? Is it something where you really get excited about? And finally, because we all need to make revenue, are you willing to pay for that?
Kevin, do you consider that good advice?
I consider it excellent advice, but I also like to caution people not to be swayed by biases of the past. The future is all-encompassing. We have to understand that the marketplace that you're operating is becoming broader and broader. And there are so many differences in society that we have to leverage things like artificial intelligence and work out and avoid the biases that humans always place in the things that they build and things that they design. In the end, all of this technology is created by humans, and all humans have biases, but those biases can really prevent you from being successful in our joint future.
And now I'd like to put the same question to Julia.
Yeah, maybe building on what Frauke said before, I would add, make your processes excellent if they are not yet. If they are excellent, computerize them. So go from industry 2.0 to industry 3.0. And if you have already done so, then start digitalization, connect the digital and the physical world, and take people with you. Remember that it's always also people's business, and that they need new skills, that we have to take away anger, but also they should not be afraid of losing their jobs. I think that is also a very central aspect.
So Thomas, some very good advice for you as someone who's with a logistics provider. I'm not going to ask you to give yourself advice, but what I will ask you is to maybe share with us, what are the things that you're most looking forward to in the digital transformation at DHL? What are some exciting developments that you can tell us about that you're looking forward to?
Well, first of all, of course, I completely agree to what these three colleagues here have said. But I think when looking forward to it, I think that over the next coming years, we have with My DHLI excellent starting point to incorporate all the digital services that will be available on the market, and also to actually make use of the things that are going to come, the data standards that are going to appear across the industry. Just if we look at the DCSA in ocean freight, where we see that data is getting more and more integrated, more and more seamless. And that is something where we will benefit as a forwarder, but at the same time, of course, also our customers will benefit. But then, of course, also the new technology and possibilities. I mean, Kevin has mentioned blockchain. I mean, that is something that will also make a huge impact. And there, the Deutsche Post DHL Group is, of course, also very active and driving the agenda forward.
So thank you for that, Thomas. Thank you also to each of our other panelists for this really fascinating, inspiring discussion. And of course, also thank you to our viewers for watching. If you do want to learn more about digital solutions in logistics, or specifically about the digital strategy at DHL Global Forwarding and Freight, then please visit mydlhi.com. And of course, you can also check out the content on the landing page of the MyDLHI Digital Summit. So everyone, thank you once again for watching, and we hope to welcome you again to another DHL Talk very soon. Take care, everyone.